Good morning. Chrissy Samuel again with doing some more yoga. And my mat is going to be this way. It's easier to see to teach the video. And before we start, I want us to have blankets and a pillow, if you can grab one, and water, of course. And then allow yourself to, if you've got a yoga strap, bring that with you. If you haven't got a yoga strap, I would definitely invest in one. They're great, really good prop. They're really very useful. And if not, you can use a towel rolled up. So find all this equipment and be comfortable around yourself, because we're going to lie down to begin with. And if you want to, you can put a pillow under your hamstrings, under your thighs, up to you, to be comfortable for your back. So have the strap close by. Take your legs out. And let's just take a moment to breathe, please. Palms up. Notice if you can let go of your legs, all the tension in your body, by taking that long, deep, diaphragmatic breath. Through the nose, please. If you're not used to the diaphragmatic breath, a great place to practice here, lying on our backs. Place your palms over your belly. As you inhale, you can take a really big breath into your hands, so expand the belly a little bit. As you exhale, you're drawing the belly away from your hands, right about where your thumbs are, close anyway as your diaphragm. That's doing most of the work anyway. So practice that while we're lying down. It's much easier. If it doesn't feel comfortable for any reason, just breathe your normal breath. We want to try and fully inflate the lungs to get as much oxygen energy into our bodies. When you're ready, let go of the hands and palms up. Let your shoulder blades sink down, your back sink down. Just actually wiggle sometimes to get the whole body really sinking down into the earth. You're softening your jaw. You have support for your head if you need it, and support for your back with the pillow if you need it under your hamstrings. I just want you to notice your mood at the moment. It could be a little negative with everything that's going on. This too shall pass. We've heard that said so many times, and it will. But we need a coping mechanism. And yoga is one of the best things because it brings us into the present moment where we're not worrying about the past or the future. We're just thinking about what is happening right now. Let's do it. Let's just relax and let a little bit of calm and quiet come into your mind, into your body, by allowing yourself to listen to that breath. If you know the Ujjayi breath, that gentle whisper breath, do utilize that. If you notice you're scrunching your shoulders for a reason, let those shoulders move down and away. Gradually, as you listen to your breath, those busy thoughts will release. It takes time sometimes. Take a really big breath in. And just gently nudge yourself back into the room by wriggling your toes and fingers. Be comfortable. And then allow yourself to grab the strap or towel or whatever you have handy, please. If you haven't got any of those, you can use your hands, not quite so good. If you've got a long strap like me, you might need to double it up. Here comes my kitty. Hi, Ziggy. Yes, I know. You've got plenty of food. All right. Take the strap around your right foot. Now, if you've been doing yoga with me or you've been doing yoga with somebody else, you'll know this. But try to move that strap closer to the ball foot so it's not cutting right into the middle of that tendon in your foot. Okay, we're going to wrap it around. We're taking this leg up. We're listening to our bodies. We're listening to our legs. Hi, you're coming into the video. Okay. Bend the knee into the chest a little bit and slowly extend. I'm sorry, I can't picture it at the moment. And we're extending so that the leg is relatively straight. Please don't have it bent. Try and straighten it. If it means that leg has to go further forward because you're tight, that's where it needs to be. Okay? So we're bending the knee, we're extending it straight wherever it's comfortable. And then for somehow you're going to have to pinpoint where those toes are on the ceiling. And if you don't have any lines or any spots, it might not be so easy, but do try just to have a look, see if there's something you can pinpoint that site. Okay, we're going to bend the knee, push it away from us now. We're going to lift the head a little bit if we want to. Now, if your back's not good, leave your head down. But if you can lift your head, relax your shoulders. You can even lift this other leg if you want. And we're going to firmly push the heel now away from you. I want firmness. I don't want you to strain or really force anything, but we're just going as deep as we can comfortably into waking up that hamstring muscle. Keep pushing a little bit. Be comfortable though, and release down with the head and leg. Bend this knee back into the chest. Slowly straighten, which might mean you have to go out here, and then coax it forward a little bit. Try not to bend that knee. Good, let's do that again. Be comfortable where you are. Relax your shoulders. Push through your heel. Little bit more. Again, please don't strain. If it feels like you're scrunching your shoulders, you're going too far. Your neck should be nice and free, and you're working from the belly. Breathe that belly. Release. Bring yourself back. Bend that knee. Take it up to the ceiling. And a gentle coax forward. And if you did find a spot, you might see that it's gone just a tiddly bit more. Good, let's do it one more time. This is effort. You do need a bit of effort here. Soften the shoulders though. Relax your jaw. Breathe. Take your time. Hear your breath. Can we go a little bit further comfortably? Breathe. Great. Release everything down. Bend that knee. Bring it back to the chest, extend it to straight, and coax it forward. Fabulous. And release. Let's try the other leg. So we've gone to the left leg now. This side may be tighter. Please honor that. Please don't rush to do this. Slow and controlled. Okay, so we're bending the knee first. Pull it into the chest. Extend it to straight. Again, it may be tight on this side. It might have to go away from you. And then coax it forward till you can't get any further, and pinpoint where those toes are on the ceiling. Find that spot again. Let's try pushing away against the ball, the foot, the strap is, and relax your shoulders. Tummy needs to work. Listen to your breath. Come on, a little bit more effort, because you want to see something happen. And release. Down, bend that knee, extend it all the way up, and coax it forward. Obviously, we're trying to open the hamstrings. Most of us have very tight hamstrings. So it's a great controlled way of doing it. It's from physical therapy, actually. Here we go. PNF stretching, it's called, which is proprioceptive neuromuscular felicitation. I love saying it. I do it every time. Push, tummy working, relax those shoulders, soften the jaw, work the tummy. Can you go a little bit further? Up to you. Breathe, because I'm not watching you. Maybe you're not working so hard. That's okay. Bend the knee, bring it back. Extend it up. It's all a bit different at the moment, so coax it forward. Yay, we got one more. We can do this, and it's really such a good tool to open up those hamstrings. When we have very tight hamstrings, often, not always, but often we have a tight back. Breathe, push through that heel. Tiny bit more, but don't strain hard. Breathe. Good. Release. Last time, bend the knee. Slowly extend it up and coax it forward. You'll have one side you'll notice goes a little bit deeper than the other one. That's good, that's fine. Put that strap to the side, hug the knees into the chest, and just wander them side to side, please. Take your right foot on top of your left knee and draw this left leg in a little bit. Reverse eye of the needle. Put this left leg down. Take your right hand gently on the inner thigh of that right leg and just coax that hip open. Be comfortable though. Breathe. And leave the left foot where it is and hold on comfortably to that foot with the left hand. Okay, you're going to bring that leg in a little bit. Then if it's comfortable with your back, you're going to extend that left leg out. If it's not comfortable, just leave a bend in it, and we're taking this leg across. Now, if it's very uncomfortable, you can't get very far, it's really tight, you can use the strap. Excuse me. And hold on to the strap and take that leg forward like that. Sometimes that's nice, a nice feeling, so you haven't got to try and grab your ankle or your foot. So do utilize the strap anytime you want to. Bring that knee out. Now I haven't got much room, but I'm going to take this leg out to the side with or without the strap. If you're just without the strap, you're going to hold on to that inner thigh lightly. Very gently, come back, hug that knee. Single wind relieving pose. We're going to flex both feet. We're going to take our head up to this right knee. Relax your shoulders, hold it, pull the belly in, and slowly let go. Excuse me, coughing. All right, let's try this side. Take your right foot down, left foot on top of your right knee, and coaxing very gently and slowly, opening that inner thigh on the left to open that left hip. Listen to your breath. By all means, close your eyes whenever you can. It just brings that connection, that focus, that awareness of the body and mind connecting. Very gently release. Draw this leg in, hands under the hamstring if you want a little bit more, or over the knee. It all depends. If you have a feeling of stretch before that, then don't use your hands. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to strain. You're listening to your breath. Reverse eye of the needle on the left. Now put this right foot down. If you want to grab your strap, this is so long, but you can put it round the ankle or the foot, whatever feels better for you. We're going across the body now again. So you're utilizing the right hand, holding onto the foot or using the strap to go across the body. And take this right leg out if it's comfortable for your back. Listening to your breath, we're just opening up that left side now. Come back, strap or hand out. Try not to roll that right hip. We don't want to roll just to try and get the leg down. That is not the purpose of the pose. It is hand to big toe pose, but it's allowing ourselves recline, is allowing ourselves to open this inner thigh. That's all we're doing. So you can straighten or leave it bent even. If it's very tight, you might have to have the knee bent. Breathe deeply. Conscious breaths. Coming back slowly. Release the strap or whatever you have. Hug this knee. Flex this foot. Flex your right foot. Take your head up to your knee. Soft shoulders and breathe. Single wind on the left. Gently release that. Hands under your hamstrings. Widen your knees now. And head up through into double wind. And let's just do a nice big circle of the feet if you have the room. Taking it round and down. Bend your knees. Come up. Take it out. Bend the knees and down. One more. Up out, bend the knees and down. Now we're going to do the other way. So we're going to go out, lift the legs up and pull them together. Bend the knees, take the knees out, up and together. One more. Bend the knees, out, round, up and together. Feet down to the floor, nice and easy. Take a nice big breath. Turn your body to the right, push down on your left hand and come all the way up slowly to seated. So, we're coming up and sitting comfortably, or depending, you may need to support yourself on the pillow so that you're tilting your pelvis forward, please, or on the blanket, a brick. The higher you go with that elevation, the more you're going to support your low back and tilt your pelvis. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of work before we move into the Vinyasa part of the class. We're going to take our legs out wide, which I know you love. That's okay, seated wide angle, we can do what we can do. And if you have to, because you're tight through hamstrings, bend your knees. Okay, so we have the strap. Let's utilize it, shall we? If we've got it, if we haven't, we're just going to come forward. But if you've got the towel, use the towel. Put it behind your ball of the foot again, please. We're going to just hold on to this, lifting the belly, sitting as far forward as we can. We can even pull the buttock muscle back a little bit and lift this arm up. Bring this left elbow inside the leg a little bit, as much as you can. And then we're going to come over without dropping the hand in front of your face. We're trying to keep this right shoulder back. And we're going to come back up and release. Other side. So we've got a little bit of help from the strap. See how it feels to you. For any reason it doesn't feel great, let it go. Elbow just slightly inside this leg. We're just opening up this left shoulder now, taking the arm right up over the ear and reaching. Be comfortable. Your tummy's working, please. And inhale, come back. And release. Good. Come all the way forward if you can. Now, some of us can't. So the way to help us here is sitting, as I said before, on something, fist behind, right behind the buttocks, or to the side of the buttocks. And we're going to just push down gently without scrunching the shoulders and come forward a little bit. See how it feels. Keep going a little bit. Up to you. You do not have to go all the way down. That's not the point, as I said previously. We're just trying to open the body. And slowly release. Bring one leg in, then the other. Soles of the feet together. Now guess what? We have a strap. So let's utilize it. Or a towel. Excuse me, coughing. Okay. The strap is around the feet or the ankles, and we're going to lift up a little bit with the strap. Don't lift your shoulders, but just lift up with the strap. Bring your elbows a little bit forward if you can, or depending how tight you are, and do a little forward motion, just a little bit, to open up the hips, the inner thighs, the groin, legs. Breathe. Come back up. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward, trying to keep that spine long. We're not dropping the head. And release. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, forward. And release. Strap as well. Bring the knees together. Tuck the chin. And gently open. Just like a flower is opening. Our daffodils will be here soon. Think of springtime as such a renewing time. So we need to think about that as we go on. There is hope down the road. Inhale. One more. Exhale. One more. Over and release. Good. Let's turn to our sides. Grab some water if you need it. And I do like to do this as much as I can for our spine and back. So push your equipment away, please. Hands under your shoulders. Knees under your hips. Now the toes can push down into the mat if you like, or just release them. Be comfortable. This is cow-cat pose. We've done it many times, most of us. We're going to arch the spine gently. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're rounding the spine, pulling that belly and tucking the chin and moving from here first. Let's do it again. Be slow and controlled. Inhaling if you can. Exhaling. Continue at your own level and pace. Close your eyes if you want to. Okay, one more cow, please. One more cat. Good. From here, tummy working. Right arm, left leg into extended cat. And I want you to really lift from that center, from that core. Reaching out. Trying not to lock your left elbow. Breathe. And release. This is something we should be doing every day. Even if you don't actually do yoga per se, we need to protect our backs. Your tummy's working. Try to keep your hips level. Don't turn this right hip. Engage those abs, please. Breathe. And slowly let go. Widen your knees a bit. It's much more comfortable. Bring your big toes to touch, creating an energy circle. Reach those arms way out in front of you. Creep those fingers forward. Drop your head down to the mat. If you can't get there, you can use a brick if you have one, or a big dictionary. You can use the pillow that you brought. You can use your hands if it's all a bit too low, and put them under your forehead, because your head is really heavy. I've said it a million times, but you'll never relax if your head is in fresh air. You won't relax like this. Got to be down. Deep breaths, please. Good. Come forward. Pulling the shirt down, just do a little bit work on the tummy. Might need to move my stuff here. Good. We're going to do a nice, easy, extended cat. I think I've just knocked my player. Yes, I have. Okay, so we're just going to do extended cat, extended locust, taking your left arm out and your right leg. But before we do that, let's just engage those tummies and buns, a little nudge of the hips into the ground. So the leg is not coming up very high. And release. Your head can stay up, or it can come down, or depending on your back. My head's up so you can hear me. Right arm and left leg, let's reach out. Really trying to reach from that center, pointing your toes or flexing your foot, whichever feels better for you. Relax. Let's do it again. Left arm and right leg, we reach a little bit further, utilizing those tummy muscles. And release. Again, right arm, left leg. Listen to your breath, please. Conscious breathing. And then one more time. Stay here if you're new at this, or you know your back doesn't tolerate it. But if you can, bring that left hand around to meet the right foot. Take your knee off this time, but your hip is still into the ground. Into a crossbow. I call this crossbow, because we've crossed the hand to the opposite leg. And release. If you didn't like that, you can stay here. Right arm, left leg, stay here. Want a little bit more. Breathe, engage those abs. And take this hand around to meet the foot. The knee comes off if possible. Try and keep those shoulders forward. Listening to your breath. Slowly let go. Bring the hands under your forehead, palms down. Let your heels drop open. It's relaxing. The big toes are still touching. And if you're not used to the belly breath, great place to practice. You feel the pressure of the belly pushing against the mat. Good. Take your hands under your shoulders now. Big push. Elbows in, all the way up. Sitting back yet again into devotional pose. Let go of your hands if you like. Bring them down by your feet. Come all the way up. Hands are going to go way forward. Good 3, maybe even 3.5 feet, or depending how long your legs are. And lift yourself to downward facing dog. We're pulling backwards with that spine, the tummy. Try not to lock your elbows. Scrunch your shoulders. Let them go. Good. Take your right leg behind you. Push through your heel. Work the abs. Bend that right knee. If you can, lift it a little higher by taking it to the ceiling, and then if it's comfortable, draw that heel over to that left buttock. Up to you how far you do this. Please listen to what's going on in your body. Do not strain just to do this. Bring it back and release. Other side. Left leg. Flex your heel. Push it back. 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. Lift it up to the ceiling a bit so you can rotate a bit more to your right side. Breathe. Try not to come forward. Try and keep that body backwards. Breathe. Conscious breaths. And release. Bend your right knee, push your left heel down, and switch. Stretching those calves. If you can't quite get the heels down, that's okay, just do your best. Walk your feet in a bit. You can walk them in a bit so you can get your heels down. Find that best place that you're getting a stretch for your calves. Again, don't come forward with that body if you can help it. Good, let's do one more each side, please. Bend your knees, walk your hands slowly into your feet, drop your head, let it go into ragdoll. Just keep everything soft and bent. Grab your elbows if that's comfortable, you can do a little sway. If your back's tight, allow yourself elbows on your knees so you're not hanging there. It's not great for your back. Get hands on your knees, everybody. Roll up slowly to standing. Let's shake it out. Grab some water. How are we feeling? Good. All right. Let's move a little bit more now into the Vinyasa part of the session. Okay, so I'm going to do the Warrior Vinyasa. My mat's moved, of course. The Warrior Vinyasa. And we normally start at the front of the mat, which I'm going to do. Before we go there, I just want you to come into mountain pose and get the right position. So we're in the middle of a mat, just to start the movement. Planting the feet comfortably together, please. And I want you to roll those shoulders back. I want you to elevate that spine. You've got a golden thread at the top of your crown, the head, and you're lifting really tall. But we're not scrunching the shoulders. And I want you to close your eyes for a moment, please. Conscious breathing, working from the belly if you can. Just notice how you're feeling. Get that connection back so we continue in the session. You have that connection to your body as we move it. Let's take a couple more breaths to quiet. Okay, open the eyes. Bring the hands to the heart. Okay. And so we're going to do it just slightly differently than we normally do it. The basics are there. Coming up into upward salute. We're going to release the hands and step out into 5-pointed star. I know we don't normally do this, but it's just going to be easier for you to see. Okay, 5-pointed star, we're going to turn to our right. Okay, so this is where we're coming into our warrior one. Right? So we're lengthening that spine. We've turned the foot in on the left, so it's flowing. That foot needs to be about, what, 10, 15 degrees? I don't know, 20 degrees. I'm not very good at math. But we want it to turn the same way as you're going. So the front knee needs to either be behind the ankle or over the ankle. We don't want too much forward movement to protect that knee. The arms are up, the shoulders are softish, hands can come together if you're used to doing that. Warrior one. Tummy really needs to lift. You need to have a little zip. We have balance on both feet, please. We're opening into warrior two, please. Palms up or down. It all depends on your shoulders, sometimes day to day. Palms up or down, doesn't matter. Warrior two. Look at, if you can, at your arms, trying to get them level. Good. Then we're going to turn forward into warrior three. Now this is a balance pose. So if you need it, put a chair to help you. But if you don't, we're going to try without. All right, we're going to come up onto those back toes. We're going to turn them. We're going to slowly lift, and just get this leg off. This is warrior three. This is warrior three. They're all warrior threes, okay? But use your tummy and your eyes to hold you here. You can bring your hands into your heart. You can take your hands out. You can bring them behind you. We're finding the position that your warrior three wants to do. Step back and come down, slowly into lunge. Excellent. Take your left hand inside the right foot. I'm going to turn into a revolved lunge. So the right arm's up. We're pushing through that back leg. If any of you want a little rest, put that left knee down. It's okay. Breathe. Come back. Let's take both hands on the inside. Okay, we're going to take our knee out to the side a little bit. So up to you how much you push out. You can come down to your elbows into lizard. I was just going to try and turn and get the brick, it didn't work. You can use the brick here. Okay, up to you. Everybody drop that right knee down. Left knee. Should all be down. And then lift and drop backwards a little bit. Not all the way, we're just drawing high. If you need the brick or some help, hands on your thigh, hands on the brick. Come forward, come off, and step back into the infamous plank position. Like a push-up, tummy working, no buns in the air if you can help it, and I don't want an arch in that spine. Soft elbows. Breathe. Good. We're going to come straight into down dog on this one, if you remember. Step back as far as you can, getting a nice stretch in your hamstrings. And then we're going to allow ourselves to walk to our hands or do a little hop. Forward, forward, fold. So coming over the front of the foot. We're going to step back into our heels. Take our arms behind us. Fingers stretched. It's a variation of chair pose. We're going to push those fingers down. So we release those shoulder joints. And then come up here, here, or all the way towards your ears. It all depends on your shoulders. Into chair pose. We can stay low. We can come up a bit if it's too much for your legs. Breathe. Soften your shoulders, please. And bring your hands to your heart. All the way up. Upward salute. Hands back to your heart. Take a big breath. We could do this all on the other side. I'm thinking it might be better just to turn to 5-pointed star and go that way, so it's easier for you to see. So let's turn our bodies, take ourselves out into 5-pointed star. Okay? Here we go. We're going to turn our bodies and come into warrior one. Turn the back foot, please. elbows in. Bend the knee. Don't let it go too far. When we get here, it's great to get that stretch and feel grounding through the legs, working the tummy, but just retract the shoulder blade a little bit, please. Breathe. Open into warrior two, please. Trying to get the arms in line with each other. Palms up or down. Warrior two. And then we're turning. Warrior three. Turn to your back toes. Again, too much? Put the chair over there. That's fine. Get your tummy working. Eyes working. Lift off. Keep everything working. Soften that shoulder. Bring the hands anywhere that you fancy. I happen to have a sofa right here, so it's really handy. Cheating, but in a good way. All right. Breathe. Warrior three. Step back. Come down into lunge. Good. We're going to take our right hand inside that left foot. If you need help, drop that right knee. Rotate round. Tummy working hard, please. Extend that leg out. Back strong and the arm up on the left. Revolve lunge. Come forward. Grab the brick if you need it. Come both hands on the side of that foot. Come down. Open that knee wide if you want to. So that left knee is pushing out. You can use the brick if you need to for your elbows. Come back up. Drop that right knee down. Walk yourself back a little bit. Hamstring stretch. Hand on a brick, thigh. If you can get to the floor without straining, please do. Good, come forward. All the way back into plank pose. Drop your shoulders. Okay, we're going to turn into side plank. So we're going to take our left hand center, turn our bodies all the way up into side plank. If you need to drop that left knee, please do. It's much safer. Come back, plank. I'm just going to turn to the back now. Right hand center, turn all the way. Trying to get that shoulder over the wrist. Come back, plank. Excellent, downward facing dog. Lengthen, heart, strong. And breathe. Come on, you should be feeling it. And then hop, skip, jump, fly, swim, ski, whatever you can to your hands. Forward fold. Lengthen that spine. Lift the belly, soft knees. Sit back into the heels now. Hands behind you. Rolls Royce, I call this. It's like the little emblem on the front of the Rolls Royce, Spirit of Ecstasy. But I just want us to stay here, get that position for our legs and knees and protect our back and shoulders. Push down with those fingers so you release those shoulder joints and up as high as you want, as low as you want with the arms. And then let's just sit into this pose. Up here, down here, pull that belly in. Breathe, please. Hands to the heart. Slowly use your legs and tummy to lift you up to upward salute. Bring the hands back to your heart. So a little different than we normally do. And step back to five-pointed star. Good. One more before we finish. Hands right in that crease to get you in the right position so you're not rounding your back. And then hands can go out if you're in that right position. Hands can be on the floor, on your thighs. If you can grab the brick, please do. Push your buns back, head forward. Standing wide angle pose. Good. Let's take our right hand to the center. Rotate your body all the way and turn this left shoulder. Lift up with the arm. If you want to go deeper, bring this hand over to this left foot. That's too much. Stay here. Let's gently come back to center. Look at your feet. They should be in line with each other. And let's start in the middle, tummy working, rotate your body, open this right shoulder and lift that right arm up. Again, a little deeper, you've got more twist, take the hand towards that right foot. Come back, center, bend the knees, all the way up, 5-pointed star. And I want to bring the feet in comfortably to finish, hands to the heart. Big breath up. Stretch as much as you want to. Bring the hands back to your heart. Close your eyes if you can. Soften those shoulders. Really lengthen that spine again into a variation of mountain pose. Release the hands down by your sides. Palms a little bit forward to keep those shoulders back, guys. Lots of belly breaths, please. Feeling that energy still surging through your body, that connection from the breath to the mind, to the body. Good, open your eyes. We've done our balance. So really good. All right, let's come down to the mat. So, we're going to do a little inversion because we can. And if you want to go into another inversion that I haven't done, go ahead. You know, people who've done this before, you can do half shoulder stand, whatever feels good to you. But we're just going to do a nice, easy, supported bridge. So if you did manage to find a brick or a dictionary or a pillow, you can put it under your buttocks if you want to. But before we start, let's just get the knees in line with your hips, feet in line with your knees. Tuck your chin slightly. And we're going to flatten the back just for a moment to pull that belly in, and then we're going to squeeze the buttocks off the floor. Okay, we're squeezing up, but also forward a little bit with the buttocks. So then we can grab the brick, place it on the sacrum for a supported bridge. If you don't have a brick, you can use the pillow, a little less. You can double it up because most pillows bend in half. So it's a very comfortable bridge pose. Or you can do it without. You can just do bridge pose. A little more work. If you want to go deeper, as I said, into any other inversion, please go ahead. Make sure you have a soft face and your shoulders are relaxed and you're breathing from the belly. We're trying to get a reversal of blood flow from the pelvis to the heart to the brain. So good for cognitive issues. But also it gets rid of all that toxicity from the body through the lymph system. So be comfortable though. Take your time. Deep breaths. If you find yourself dropping down, just give a little squeeze of those buns, please. Notice if that jaw's tightening. Soften it, please. Take a nice long inhalation, and as you exhale, you can remove any props you have, then slowly let the spine come down, then your waistband, then your buttocks. Hands under the hamstrings, widen the knees, take the head up through wide knees to give a good stretch, and then bring your hands under your buttocks, fish pose. Take your legs out, come up to your elbows. Now this isn't everybody's cup of tea to drop the head back. It can feel very uncomfortable for some people. So if that's the case, come back down. This is the modification, and just lift your chest if you can for maybe 1 or 2 breaths and release, and then do it again. But if you come all the way up, point your toes, engage your tummy, and let your hair drop into the mat. Try not to push your head into the mat. If it touches, that's okay. Listen to your breath, please. Before you do that, just press the tongue in the front teeth, the top 2 teeth. It just helps release those neck flexors. Inhale, slowly start to move out of the pose, lifting your head, taking yourself gently down to your arms, then your back, and then your head. Hands under the hamstrings, widen the knees. Let's do another double wind, tucking your chin, stretching, and release. Fish pose, the previous pose, helps with opening chest congestion, but also it's supposed to boost the thyroid as well. Gently release. Good. Let's take our knees to the right. But if you want, if this is going to be sage twist, which we've all done many times, you can take both arms across to the left in your head, or you can open your right arm out, whichever feels best for you. It should be really comfortable, precursor to relaxation. If you want a bit more, you can take your left leg over your right thigh, move your hips a little bit to the left so you can drop that knee or both knees down gently. It's got to be comfortable for your back. Make sure it is. Breathe. Conscious breathing. Very slowly coming back out of this, back to neutral, and then again, if you want a bit more, you're going to cross that right leg over the left thigh, otherwise just move your knees to the left, turn your head and arms or one arm to the right. Every time you exhale, you're trying to sink this body down and let go. Come back to center, gently. Again, I want to do a double wind. Hands under the hamstrings, head up through, stretch. 2 more times. Exhale up, stretch. 1 more. Good. It is time to rest. The most important pose of yoga. And here, I'd like us to support the low back and hamstrings and stuff. So if you've got a blanket, you've got a pillow, find which you want for your head. So you're actually supporting your head. You can use a brick or a dictionary. Put that under your legs and then the blanket on top. And allow yourself to pull up under your hamstrings and slowly come down into Shavasana. And then let your knees wander open. Really let your hips open. We store a lot of stress in the hip flexors and hips. Let them open. Feet turned open. Tuck your chin a little bit. Again, if you want to put something under your head, that feels good, but be comfortable. If you need to put your jacket on or a covering, please do. Staying here for a few moments, please, for your connection to letting all that negative energy release from your body. Every time you exhale, you're letting go. Very slowly start to move the thoughts back into the room. Just do nothing for the moment. I want you to think about how you feel a little more comfortable, a little more peaceful. I want you to feel that quietness and try and take it into your day so that you realize you have given back, you have nurtured yourself. So just take another couple of breaths here. Found my bells. Beautiful sound. Stay there just a moment longer, and of course if you want to stay even longer, go ahead. I want us to get a nice long stretch for the body now. Take your arms overhead if it's comfortable. Then draw your right knee into your chest, give it a hug, release, and then your left leg into the chest, and release, and then bring both knees into the chest, release, and side to side, or even little circles 2 or 3 times to your right, and then left, of course. Let's roll over to the right when you're ready, and just stay here just a few more moments, supporting that head with your right arm, feeling that negativity release all the way now from your body and mind. When you're ready, push down on that left hand and slowly come up to seated. Be comfortable. Whichever way you sit. You finish with 2 mudras. Mudras are hand gestures, just seals of energy. The first one is going to come behind our back. We're going to grab that opposite, non-dominant wrist with our dominant hand. And this is the mudra of balance, bring the body back to balance. Exhale forward, comfortably, trying to get the head low and the heart to release the ego. Big inhale, really big breath. And hands to the heart, Anjali mudra. Thumbs just resting comfortably against your breastbone, sealing all the benefit of this session. Good, close your eyes for a moment. Just notice all those cares and worries release. We need to bring back this nurturing to ourselves so then we can nurture others. Namaste. Peace in our hearts, peace in our minds, peace in peace. Thank you so much for joining me. Please try and keep doing some yoga. We need to have that calmness in our lives, that stress release in our lives. Namaste.